So I do not share any of the plans that I've done with it for anybody personally with anybody else, other than the person who requested that from me, because it's not my decision on who this plan should be shared with. Okay, that is the person that's requesting or creating this plan. All right. The information in this readiness plan should be very detailed, and what it should do is it should be exactly everything that everybody should do by name or by a position that is in their or actions that they should take before, during, and after. Okay, depending on how many people you have, depending on how you want to lay it out, you can lay out based on positions. You know, somebody's going to be in charge of security, so the people who are part of the security defense will be doing XYZ. Those that are doing, kitchen stuff, cooking, cleaning, that kind of thing, this is what they will do and how they will do stuff. This is the things that you should bring with you if you have to bug out and we got to go to a different location. These are the things that you need to bring with you. So those all need to be laid out in this plan. All right. A couple other things that should be in there is if you're going to bug out, where you're going to go, where is the site that you're going to link up? Is it going to be one of your houses? Is it going to be somewhere that's central to everybody? Where they're going to go? Again, as what we talked about, what they should bring, and then what is the anticipated duration? Depending on the event could be a few days or rest of your life. Who knows? But you should be able to figure that out or kind of think that through and decide what that duration is going to be, because that's going to anticipate, or that's going to figure in later to the kinds of things that you're going to need to bring with you. It's also going to determine, are you going to have to start to take care of your own food, okay? Or you can make your own clothes and all that stuff. So that all factors into this, okay? It's also going to need to include what skills everybody's going to need, okay? So you need to make a list of all the skills that you anticipate that you would need in order to get through a specific event, okay? I was talking with another friend yesterday, which is kind of what led me into trying to break these videos up into 10-minute segments. But let's assume an event happens. And we'll take a kind of a simpler one, snowstorm. So snowstorm is going to occur. It occurs, it drops, 2 feet of snow, so you're not going nowhere for a while. So how much time are you going to need in order to make it through a snowstorm? Okay. Now, things that could potentially happen in addition to that. So the snowstorm is the actual event. Okay. So the trigger is it starts to snow. And the trigger may then be, it may be, that's when your plan's going to start. So that's when you're going to start thinking about what it is that you're going to need to do in order to be ready if this snowstorm gets bad. So, after the snow gets to be a foot or so, you're pretty much stuck in place. So think about that. And if the other thing with that trigger is if it starts to snow or snow is in the forecast and you're going to be traveling someplace for work, that's going to be the trigger for you to start to try to get back home. Don't wait till you get 2 feet of snow and then try to get home. Probably ain't going to work too well for you. Okay. One of the things that always cracks me up. So, and I've talked about this before, and if you've ever talked to me, you've heard me say this. So, in certain locations, and I pick on Atlanta a lot, when I was stationed in Atlanta, if there was a snowflake in the forecast, it didn't have to be any snow, just a snowflake. You couldn't buy a carton of milk or a carton of eggs, a carton of milk, or a loaf of bread within 1,000 miles of Atlanta, Georgia. And that seems to be pretty much the case pretty much everywhere. So what that tells me is that everybody that goes to buy this stuff was not ready. Okay, because if you're ready, you shouldn't be having to go to the store. Okay, it should already be there. You should have already anticipated all this and already have everything. So you shouldn't really have to go anywhere if something happens, right? That's kind of my philosophy. So I guess if this event happens the day you're going to the store, yeah, okay, you can go get some stuff. But really, in honesty, if you are ready and something happens, you shouldn't have to go to the store because it already should be there. All right. Same is true with a hurricane. And I mean, people who live in those areas where hurricanes are most, where the areas that are susceptible to hurricanes, they should already have that material on hand. Okay. You know, people go out and buy plywood, generators, gasoline, whatever. Folks, you know that those things are going to come. So why wait till the actual event? You know, buy a little bit at a time, store it up in a, you know, some kind of a shed or something, or, you know, rent a storage facility. You shouldn't have to be running out and buying this stuff just as the event occurs. Now, I know money can be a problem. I know space can be a problem. But just like with everything else, it's all about what you think is important. And if it's important enough to you, then you should be able to figure out a way to fix this. Okay? If you need suggestions, give us a holler, you know, shoot us an email. We'll be glad to help you. I can't help you with the money part, but I can help you with ideas on storing stuff, you know, what kinds of things that you're going to need. Those are the things that I can help with. All right. So it should also include what kinds of skills that you already have. Okay. So make a list of all the skills, whether it's, you know, your family, or if you're going to have a group, what the skills that the group have, and then compare those to what you think you're going to need, and then you determine the delta, which we'll talk about here shortly. Okay, so what are some of the types of disasters and stuff that we could face? Okay, so disasters I break down into two categories: natural and human influenced. Okay, and there's some that are kind of in the gray area. So some natural disasters that potentially fire, flood, earthquake, hurricane/tornado, snowstorm, avalanche, drought, and there are others. Okay, so those are just some of the examples. Those are things that, you know, in theory, are brought about by weather, the nature of the climate in which we live in. Human influenced events would be terrorism, cyber attack, riots, nuclear explosions, forest fires, biological attacks and accidents, chemical attacks and accidents. Now, forest fires could be a natural disaster as well. If lightning strikes and it's been powder dry for, you know, a couple of months, then that could be a natural event, a natural forest fire. But about 90% of the forest fires that the United States faces are because of human influence. Somebody flicked the cigarette out the window and it's hot and dry, it sets the stuff on fire. Somebody leaves a campfire burning and doesn't put the fire out. That's a human influenced event. Okay, so So the first question